Hello, accelerators. How are you today? It is Tuesday. Unbelievable. It's June 15th. For most of us, the summer has started. And for me, that allows me to have much more of a sort of free and easy feeling about my work, what I do, how I integrate that with my personal lifestyle, what I believe about work. As you know, last week we talked about money. Today, I'm going to talk about your ideal client. It's one of my favorite subjects, and the reason that I'm focused on it this week is because on Monday, I'm going to be teaching a webinar to a networking group out of Toledo, Ohio. Believe it or not, I'm actually going to be teaching that webinar from hopefully a business conference room in Jekyll Island, Georgia. Yes, I am starting to travel and I'm taking my first airplane trip, which has me a little excited and a little nervous. But I don't want to talk about me. I just want to hope that you are taking advantage of the opportunities that your world is giving you in terms of opening up, whether it's for work, whether it's for play, whether it's for visiting with family. Today, June 15th, is Nature Photography Day. So if you need something to post about on your social media, I would encourage you to pick any sort of nature photography, or maybe ask your followers, your readers, to share with you some of their nature photography shots. Remember, the goal is not necessarily to sell. In fact, it's really not necessary. It's not to sell. The goal of social media is to create a relationship between you and your ideal client so that they can get to know, like, and trust you more. Because it's only at the point at which they know, like, and trust you that they will be willing to purchase your service or product or whatever it is that you have to offer. It's also National Smile Power Day, which is why I'm wearing my little hat. Because every time I wear my little hat, it makes people smile. So when they smile at me, I get to smile back. I'm a naturally smiley person most of the time. And I got to tell you, it feels really good to be out in stores, in restaurants, just taking in the great clean air, and having an opportunity to say hi and smile at the people that I meet. I hope you're doing the same. I want to thank you for watching this. This is Weekly Traction Tips at 12 noon. And we are going to talk today, as I mentioned, we're going to talk about our ideal client. So why do you need to know who your ideal client avatar is, which is ICA? Some people call it that. I think it's because if you can identify your ideal client, I like to call them the sweet and scrumptious client because, I don't know, thinking about people in terms of food just makes me feel better. When you're talking about sweet and scrumptious clients, it's really good to have an understanding of what their traits are. And why? Because if you know the traits of the ideal client, then you can start to figure out where they hang out in terms of what social media they take part in, what books they read, what magazine, what groups they're involved with, where they go for fun, where they work, who they see, who they follow. All of those things are important if you want to meet them where they are, which is what you want to do, because it's very difficult to attract cold clients who don't know anything about you, are not anything like your ideal client. It's very difficult to attract them to you via social media posting. So think about ideal traits, okay? They could be demographics like married, age, economic status, how many years of education they had, or it could be like mine, which is what stage of business are they at? Where are they on their business journey? I'm a marketing coach. I help people that are marketing hesitant, marketing challenged, and I help them to establish good habits that make it easier for them to grow their business through relationship marketing. So what are some of the traits of my clients? Well, it depends on what stage they're in. If they haven't met me yet, then I would describe them like this. The pandemic has taken away traditional word of mouth and all in-person networking. Now, thankfully, it's coming back. But my clients are very good at personal relationships. They're very good at their job, but they don't really like to self-promote. Maybe they're an introvert. People are not out and about last year the way they used to be, and some are being very careful about money because of the economic downturn and fear of the future. This solo business owner, because I cater to people that don't have employees, knows that they need to do marketing, and they realize that their unfavorable clients, like the ones that aren't sweet and scrumptious, are actually outnumbering the ideal clients, which causes a tremendous amount of stress and frustration. And sometimes they don't even like their job, but it's not the job, it's the client. So this person has a tendency to be a little stressed, a little overwhelmed, and is made miserable by the bad demeanor of everyone around him. He wants more sales, but can't honestly see how to do more to get them. Overwhelm sort of classify with what this person is feeling, and he or she knows that it's because they're not doing the marketing that they need to do, because they think marketing is icky, or they don't know anything about it, or they think it costs a lot of money, or they just don't have the time. So that's my ideal client in a nutshell. They're a solo business owner, they're marketing challenged, they don't have employees, they don't have a big budget, they don't want to give up control for putting their best face forward to the world. Now, I want you to think about your ideal clients and think about 5 to 7 traits of that ideal client. The more that you know about your ideal client, and you may only have one, okay, but you certainly want more. So design your ideal client avatar for the person that you want to have. And the more that you know, the easier your job of marketing to that person becomes. Your audience will be more engaged. Your readers and followers will find what you have to say and what you put forward as expertise, skill, positive ability. They'll look for recommendations that other people have made about you. They might investigate a little bit, kick the tires, so to speak, but they will feel like you are their person. So you need to know what traits that person has so that you can attract them to you. The other nice thing about knowing the traits of your ideal client is it allows you to identify those people that you don't want to serve. So think about, it's not necessarily the opposites, but think about the people that you don't like working for, and then figure out what would make them a better, a more sweet, a more scrumptious client. And as you compose that list, I want you to write it down. I would love it if you could put some things in the chat area or the comment area of this video, and then maybe we'll get a little bit of a sense of who each of us is marketing to. And you might see something posted by somebody else that is a trait that you really want to have in your ideal client. Your audience will become more engaged. In a way, they are going to believe what you have to say because they know that you're speaking directly to them. They're going to look like your ideal client. They're going to feel that positive vibe that you know what you're talking about. They are going to want to follow you, come with you, which obviously is going to build a stronger relationship with them. And when you have a stronger relationship, the likelihood of a sale is much greater. So today, I wish you luck defining your ideal client. I would love to hear what you come up with. But in the meantime, if you're not already a member of the Accelerate Your Success Facebook group, this is where all the good stuff happens. This is where I post every day. I give you prompts to think about things that will help you with your relationship marketing efforts. It's also where I keep all the resources. And some of those resources include the Taco Tuesday. Taco Tuesday is the tools and apps that create opportunities for our businesses. It's basically a resource guide that was put together by members of the Accelerate Your Success group, and it's organized by category: software, apps, photo editing, spreadsheet analysis, all kinds of crazy stuff are in there. So go to the files section in the Accelerate Your Success group and download it today. We update it every 6 months. Then, if you are not already on my list, I publish weekly traction tips once a week. It usually goes out on a Wednesday. I also post a copy of that in the Accelerate Your Success Facebook group. I post a copy of it on my blog. I post a copy of it in the Accelerate Your Success Facebook business page. That's a mouthful. And I also post a copy of it in LinkedIn, on LinkedIn. So if you haven't connected with me in any of those places, here's where you can find me on LinkedIn and on Instagram. I'm Diane Accelerates, and I will see you in the Facebook group. Have a really good week.